David Joyce, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you, Adrian. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being here. You were nominated for the U.S. House of Representatives in last night's primaries. What do you believe it took for your campaign to resonate with voters?
Well, I think it's been fairly easy with the administration and policies since Joe Biden has taken office, or should I say the failed policies that have hurt working families in this district and have threatened the security of our communities, weakened our energy independence, and crushed our economy. It's easy. I mean, people came out in droves. You were mentioning the story about Tim Ryan there. I represent Tim Ryan's home county. Republicans turned out 17,500 to 14,500 Democrats. And that's it used to be a Democratic stronghold. So I think the message is loud and clear that this election was a referendum on President Biden's failed policies.
Well, you mentioned Congressman Tim Ryan winning for the primary for Democrats. Let's listen in on a soundbite from him right now.
Oh, I think we're going to win. I mean, there's a lot of people who voted in that primary. I think the Matt Dolan voters, for example, have absolutely nothing in common with J.D. Vance. That was 20-some% of the Republican vote. We're going to go very hard at those voters, and I think they're going to come on board.
He is mentioning a fellow Republican, J.D. Vance, who, of course, won for the Senate primary. What do you think? Is Vance right for the party? And what do you think about Ryan's comments there in terms of getting voters on board?
Well, I think the Matt Dolan and Rob Portman, our senator, tremendous senator who we've had, who will be J.D. will be replacing, and other members have all fallen into place behind J.D. right now. I think this was one of those things where Republicans will rally around J.D. and the rest of the ticket now that it's been established and cruise to victory only because, again, the president's failed policies have hurt American families. The people in these districts are all paying much more for gasoline. They see the unemployment rates real high. They see the jobs that they have having supply line issues and not being able to recover from fully from what happened during the pandemic. And they don't see anything out of this administration that even moves in their direction. So I think that this is going to continue in a direction that will be good for Republicans come November.
Well, let's actually hear from one voter from Ohio. She contacted us here at NewsNation. She has a question. Are we going to be playing that or am I reading that, guys? It's a full screen, so let me read it to you. How about that? I'm going to read you something. This is a question from Leslie. She says, I live in Ohio, so if Roe versus Wade is overturned, abortion would be banned. What does it look like for other states where access would be restricted but not banned?
Well, first off, I'm deeply disappointed that this was leaked because I'm former 25 years as a prosecutor. I'm a process law and order guy, and the deliberations of the judicial sector should be kept privileged until they're actually dispersed the way the Supreme Court would normally do it. The second part of that is if, in fact, it were to occur, it's a states' rights issue, obviously. And so each state will have the ability to make the decisions on whether or not they think it's important. But in the meantime, I would say that until the Supreme Court actually speaks in the normal passage of its opinions, that it's premature to discuss that. But whoever leaked it should be prosecuted.
Congressman Joyce, thank you again for making time this morning after a very busy week already, and it's only Wednesday.
Thank you for having me. Have a great week.
You too. We have some breaking news overnight. This onstage assault, comedian Dave Chappelle tackled at the Hollywood Bowl. The weapons, the suspect. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.